United States Exhibit 101N. Slip this here, that's okay. See this ID number M610-738-941390?
Yes.
Is that the same ID card that you recorded for Rashad Murphy for the traffic stop when you came in contact with him on May 7th of 2021?
Yes.
And you said your familiarity with his back passenger, Noah Williams, you had been previously acquainted with him and you knew him as an active Out Gang East member. Is that correct? Out East gang member.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time we pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez.
Afternoon, Officer Reynolds.
Afternoon.
No. Officer Reynolds, do you recall whether you gave anybody a traffic citation?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you didn't arrest anybody for committing any kind of crime, correct?
No.
And Mr. Murphy was the driver of that vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you knew that Mr. Williams had been documented by the same criteria that's used under the Florida statute to do so, correct?
Correct.
And although you may not do that yourself, you have some familiarity with the statute?
Yes.
And do you have any idea how long Mr. Williams had been in the car? Do you know if he was picked up 4 doors down or 2 blocks from where you stopped him? How long he'd been there?
No, I don't know how long he was in the car.
Do you know what the relationship is between the two?
Other than I've seen them together before, I would assume friends.
Okay. Do you know if they've grown up together since they were children?
I don't have that knowledge.
I don't have anything further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Stenardi?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wise?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Petridis? Okay, very good. Any redirect?
Just briefly, Officer, on May 7th of 2021, Rashad Murphy was in company of a known gang member. Is that correct?
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. Free to go. Who's your next witness?
State would call Detective Richard Neer.
Okay, welcome back, Detective Neer. Go ahead and raise your hand one more time.
Do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this trial shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed. Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. I think when we last left off, you were talking to us a bit about some historical gang evidence, but you actually mentioned you were assigned to a gang. What gang are you assigned to in the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
ATK.
How long have you been assigned to ATK?
Since I joined the gang unit in 2022.
And was there formerly a gang that members of ATK were known by, or was there something that ATK developed from?
Yes, ma'am. There's multiple different components. You have the Young and A side, which used to be called Young and Gang, and then you had the side that was like Queso and Scotty was NHG, and they all formed together to become ATK.
Was Young and Gang represented by the letters YG?
Yes, ma'am.
And what does NHG stand for?
No Hospital Gang.
Do you see reference to ATK and NHG in your day-to-day activities?
Yes, ma'am.
And are those two subsets allied together?
Yes, ma'am. ATK is the actual documented gang. NHG is not documented.
When we are talking about allies or friendly people to each gang, can you just give us a little bit of a description of what that means?
They associate with each other. They're commonly together in songs or maybe hanging out in the same neighborhoods. They go to parties and concerts and clubs and stuff together.
Is everyone that is a member of ATK a rapper?
No, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to learn the legal names of the individuals that represent certain members of ATK?
Yes, ma'am.
And had you had an opportunity to learn the history that you had previously discussed with us about members of ATK?
Yes, ma'am.
How about ATK's relationship with the group 1200? What was that like?
They would be close and friends. They would somewhat represent each other, make songs together, often hang out in each other's neighborhoods.
Commonly between the two groups, did they share a common enemy?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the identity of the common enemy?
It would be the North Side groups, so anybody from like 45th, 6th Block, Bully Gang, we got.
And was Bully Gang one of those subsets that we had talked about, 6th Block being on top, and then the other groups that come or trickle down from that?
Yes, ma'am. I believe Bully Gang is a subset of 6th Block.
Did you have an opportunity throughout your investigation in this particular case to learn about when you first came into the unit and ultimately develop on your own information about documenting gang members?
Yes, ma'am.
What information are you looking for in order to document gang members?
The information outlined in Florida State Statute 874.
And what are the first two criteria that need to be met under that statute?
There's 11 different criterias, and then in order to document the member, you have to have at least 2 or more.
Well, those are the criteria that make you either a gang member or an associate, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
But do you first need to meet the definition of a gang to even establish that ATK was a gang itself?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you all go about doing that for ATK specifically?
ATK, I inherited them when they were already documented, so
Sure.
I did not physically document them myself. But they meet the state statute as far as 3 or more persons that are committing, one of their primary activities is committing criminal and delinquent acts.
And you document each of those criminal and delinquent acts as it relates to the members themselves and the group as a whole?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those documents something that's preserved by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding that you came into the role of being assigned to ATK, is that the same for all of the gangs? They have been in existence before the detectives had been assigned?
Yes, ma'am. There's a couple of members on our unit that have documented new gangs themselves, but generally speaking, they will roll into other gangs. They may change the name, but they still meet the state statute with the same members and are ultimately the same gang. They just had a name change.
And I guess that was maybe too relevant. As it relates to our gangs, 6th Block, ATK, and 1200, to your knowledge, have those been in existence, or the earlier versions of that been in existence for quite some time?
Yes.
What do you do to actually educate yourself on what the history was?
Just off training, and not training, but just off the experience, when we get out and we do proactive police work and get in to speak with people that are under arrest, and speaking with the members themselves is how we usually learn the history.
You discussed with us some of the motivations of each of the gangs. How is, other than the guns and drugs aside, how is money actually made or shared or utilized in gangs, in ATK specifically?
Well, you said 2 of them. You got money and drugs. There's also money in stolen cars. There's also money in the music that they make that are speaking about crimes that the gang has committed. And
along the way, you are documenting each of these.
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically, is ATK a traditional gang or a hybrid gang?
We would consider them a hybrid street gang.
And why is that?
There's really no hierarchy. There's no leader. They don't have rules and regulations. They kind of are, I guess a good term would be like an independent contractor themselves. They don't answer to nobody but themselves.
Generally speaking, did ATK meet those criteria that you had previously mentioned?
Yes, ma'am.
So there were identified 2 ATK, 3 or more members,
Yes, ma'am.
and a portion of that activity is criminal gang activity spent in towards the gang itself.
Yes, ma'am. One of their primary activities is criminal and delinquent acts.
In this particular case, did you have the opportunity to review a file for an individual by the name of Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Isaiah Chance in the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office documented as an ATK gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you familiar with the records of Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
What does the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office call the file that you maintain for each of the members of the gang?
It's just a case file, and inside of that case file will be like photographs and documentation stuff, and then a field investigative report. That is a report that outlines all of the criteria that were met.
When you are reviewing that report or yourself making entries into that report, are the categories of that report what is provided by statute as gang criteria?
Yes, ma'am. That's how that's generally how I document them. Each detective probably documents in a different way of categorizing stuff throughout the report.
For yourself, so that you later have access to photographs, for example, do you include the photos?
Yes, ma'am.
For yourself, so that you have access to the reports that document contacts with law enforcement, for example, or other gang members, do you include those report numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the information that you include allow you to date back or trace back the prior documentation that you created for each of the gang members?
Yes, ma'am.
And out of all of the criteria, I believe you said that there were 11, do you have to meet all of those in order to be able to document someone as a gang member?
No, ma'am. You just have to meet 2 or more.
Throughout the course of your investigation in this case, had you learned or documented specifically yourself Isaiah Chance as meeting 2 or more of those criteria?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many criteria did Isaiah Chance meet?
Without looking at the actual documentation, I believe it was 5 or 6.
Did you create an FIR or an incident report to document each of the criteria that were satisfied?
Yes, ma'am.
And can we speak specifically, if I provide you with the element, I guess, about which of those criteria had been met?
Yes, ma'am.
Had clothing or adopt the style of dress been met or mentioned as one of the criteria met by Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
How about associates with known gang members?
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically, had there been evidence that you documented of association with known ATK members?
Yes, ma'am.
Had observed in the company of one or more gang members been met?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that 4 or more times?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you document those specific incidents? Are you able to keep track of the dates when those things happen?
Yes, ma'am.
And had identified as a criminal gang member by physical evidence been created in this case, or had been documented in this case for Isaiah Chance as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you include each of those categories in the field incident report that was created documenting Isaiah Chance as an ATK gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you are a documented member or associate, specifically you, let's just talk about ATK, are you doing this for each of the gang members that you are documenting or updating their files?
Yes, ma'am. The way I do it is I keep a running log, just like a Word document, and it'll have all of the documentations in there. And then when I feel like I've met the state statute to its fullest ability, I choose to document them at that time.
Does there come a time where undocumenting or maybe redocumenting is something that's appropriate?
Yes, ma'am. We do. We'll purge gang members if they no longer meet the state statutes after 5 years, and we'll also purge the gang if they no longer meet state statute after 5 years.
Did ATK at the time of Charles Jones's death still meet the state statute?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Isaiah Chance still under that 5-year time frame and documented as an ATK gang member at the time of that murder?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk specifically to me about the documentation adopts the style of dress. Did you document the style of dress of defendant Isaiah Chance before the homicide?
Yes, ma'am.
And would that have been within the preceding 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you specifically have an opportunity to date stamp the documentation as you collected it as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And were those incidents included in your reports?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to review physical evidence such as music videos?
Yes, ma'am.
How about search warrant returns or photographs from crime scene at search warrants?
Yes, ma'am.
Each time that you obtain an additional piece of information, either through your direct information or someone else's direct investigation, do you write that down, annotate that in some way?
Yes, ma'am. Just because we document them, the investigation doesn't stop. We will continue documenting them, which would allow them to still meet the state statute, the criteria outlined in 874 after the 5 years, so they will not be purged at that time.
And the documentation that you have completed for ATK, is that limited specifically to Isaiah Chance or other members of ATK in Jacksonville?
In this case, I believe it's just Isaiah Chance. I'm
Just
sorry.
in your role as a detective for ATK.
I've documented, I can't give you an exact number. I'd say approximately probably 8 to 10 ATK members.
And you also document associates.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked 115, 126, and 84B. Could you take a look at these three items, please? Do you recognize 84B?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recognize the items depicted in 126? You're welcome to flip through if you need to.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recognize the items depicted in 115?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state is going to seek to admit State's Exhibit 126, A through I, 115, and 84B.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, any objection?
Briefly, Your Honor.
Did you, which one?
This is what you just handed me.
No, no.
Put it right there. Objections? Judge, I just renew my prior objection to. What is that?
115.
115.
Okay,
Prior objections as to all judges.
okay. Any new objections other than previously made objections, Mr. Sonardi? And Mr. Wise? Okay. All right, and it's 126A through I?
A through I, yes, Your
And
Honor.
then 115 is just 115, or is it accumulative or composite?
115 is A through C,
And then 84B?
and then 84B. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, they'll be admitted.
Detective, relevant to this particular case or investigation, was there a summary of images of documented ATK gang members that were compiled into one demonstrative?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what's been admitted as 84B. Can you see that in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this the demonstrative, at least particular to this case, that demonstrates some of the relevant ATK members and associates?
Yes, ma'am.
Does this depict all of the documented ATK gang members in Jacksonville?
No, ma'am.
And are some of the individuals depicted deceased?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, from the depiction itself, can you please describe for us the individuals that are documented in the right side of the image, if those individuals are relevant to this case?
Yes, ma'am. Kenyatta Bullard, Young and Ace, is one of the well-known artists of ATK.
Is that the individual who authored the Who I Smoke video you presented before?
Yes, ma'am. The next one is Hakeem Robinson. He goes by Queso. He's a documented member.
Based on your prior testimony, is Queso the individual who had been convicted in the death of Bibby, 6 Block member?
Yes, ma'am.
How about Jacoby Grover, Quan, Travion Bullard, or Royale Smith, 23?
They are not documented members. At the time of their death, they would be considered associates to ATK.
And how long ago were they killed?
They were killed in 2018.
Is that the 3 individuals who were killed in the town center shooting that we already heard of?
Yes, ma'am.
And why are 4 Quan and 23 relevant, or were they relevant in this particular case?
They're probably the most often talked about and dissed people associated to ATK.
Objection, Your Honor. Can
Roy-
we approach?
Yep.
And sir, as it relates to the individual by the name of Sean Gathright, are you familiar? He was charged with this investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Throughout the course of your involvement in this particular case, was Sean Gathright meeting any of the statutory criteria by law?
Yes, ma'am. He would meet the criteria to be considered an associate.
And is that different than the criteria necessary or what must be established or proved for an associate versus a member?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that different, or how does it differ?
In order to be a member, you have to meet 2 or more. An associate only has to meet 1.
And how is it that Mr. Gathright met any of the criteria, or which criteria did Mr. Gathright meet?
Mr. Gathright would have met the associates with a known gang member, which is Isaiah Chance.
In republishing to you exhibit number 84, I think we had discussed, or left off on discussing Royale Smith in the bottom right here. Do you see that individual?
Yes, ma'am.
Throughout the course of your investigation, did you, or in your work in Jacksonville, learn of a post that Charles Jones and other members of 6 Block made at the gravesite of Royale Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you had an opportunity to review that post at the time that it was made and subsequently thereafter?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that post lead to some online back and forth?
Yes, ma'am.
When documenting gang members for ATK, do you see common reference or reference to the number 23?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that number of any significance or meaning, or have you learned that throughout the course of your just day-to-day experience?
Yes, ma'am. Throughout my investigation in the ATK, I've watched numerous interviews that people have hosted Young and Ace and the other higher-end members of ATK. The specific interview I'm speaking of was created by GQ, and Young and Ace is talking about his jewelry in that interview, and he's talking about the chains and the pendants that go with it. In that interview, he speaks about the Ace of Spade chain, an ATK chain, and a 23 chain, and he says they all represent him and his people, his friends, or his group.
Did specifically in referencing 23 reference a fallen member of ATK or
Yes, ma'am.
associate of ATK?
Royale Smith.
Had you, in the course of your watching these gang members, had an opportunity to see several individuals wearing chains depicting the number 23?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to see posts depicting the number 23?
Yes, ma'am.
How about the chains themselves or clothing items that are marked ATK or 23?
Yes, ma'am.
And specifically, did you see the same thing, or do you see the same thing for an individual by the name of Antonio Tilley?
I don't see necklaces for Tilly.
How about mention on social media posts?
He gets mentioned on social media, yes, ma'am.
And specifically as it relates to defendant Isaiah Chance, did you have an opportunity to see him post about Antonio Tilley and his death?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to see Isaiah Chance posting, wearing clothing with the markers, or excuse me, jewelry with the markers of 23?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you also had an opportunity to review a video that was posted to YouTube by an individual by the moniker Guttaman?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that individual have a user name or subscriber name as well?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what has been admitted as States 115A. Can you tell the jury what we're looking at here, please?
So this is a screenshot of YouTube. It's got an artist named Guttaman, which is later discovered to be Isaiah Chance, and it's the name of a song called Blood on My Pradas, and this is the official music video.
Did you have a chance to listen to the music video itself?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Did the cover page for that music video include the date which it was posted?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was that?
September 8th, 2023.
Would that have been in advance of the death of Antonio Tilley?
I believe he was killed in October of 23, yes, ma'am.
October 6th of 2023 sound correct?
That sounds right, yes, ma'am.
Did you respond to that homicide scene?
I did.
Okay. In showing you 115B, does this image fairly and accurately depict a still from that Blood on My Pradas music video by Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anyone else rapping in that music video other than Isaiah Chance?
He was the only artist in the video.
Were there other individuals actually depicted in the video with Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anything that you documented from these music videos reflecting the 23, or what you would moniker as adopts the style of dress?
Yes, ma'am. The chain around his neck and the pendant hanging down almost in the middle of his chest.
From 115C, is this also another still from that same video?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the use of hand signs one of the documented elements or documentable elements under the statute?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to refer you to 151A. State seeks to admit 151A through B. It is a new exhibit, Your Honor.
Okay,
No new objections, Your Honor.
okay. Any new objections, Mr. Sonardi?
No new objection, just continuing objection.
Okay. Any new objections, Mr. Wise? Ms. Finkelstein? And then Mr. Pradas? Okay, and I'll admit, it's 151, what is it again?
151A and B.
Okay, very good, admitted.
Sir, you indicated that you documented other members in the video itself.
Yes, ma'am.
In 151B, were you actually able to identify the other individuals that were depicted with Isaiah Chance in his music video of Blood on My Pradas?
Yes, ma'am. The large fella in the camouflage shirt in the back.
And is that the individual depicted on the left behind Mr. Chance in 151B?
Yes.
Is there, throughout the course of the music video itself, the use of hand signs that were recognizable to you, 151A?
Yes, ma'am.
And could you describe for the jury what those hand signs are indicative of for you in your documentation?
In the photo on the right, you can see the 6-block hand sign from the back of the car, and the photo on the left appears to be a gun. Maybe they were, I don't know, I'd have to show the actual video, but the still shot could be a 6-block sign facing down. It's just a bad, weird angle.
Are you able to tell us whether anyone depicted in this Blood on My Pradas music video would have been a friendly to or associated with 6 Block?
No, ma'am.
Are there signs of disrespect towards 6 Block themselves that ATK members have been documented using based on your training and experience?
Yes, ma'am.
What do those signs of disrespect look like?
If they throw up the opposing group sign, that could be considered disrespectful, but they'll also do a middle finger with it. They'll shoot a finger gun at it, or they'll turn it upside down.
Have you seen the use of a real firearm utilized against 6 Block?
Yes, ma'am.
Meaning holding a real gun to a 6.
Yes, ma'am.
How about an upside down 6 or utilizing a
Objection,
weapon?
Your Honor, leading.
Sustain.
Have you seen an upside down 6 utilized?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you seen a weapon paired with an upside down 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in interpreting that with the lyrics of these music videos or posts, is that documented as dissing the other side?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you specifically had an opportunity to document or track the social media of Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that have been a social media type that you're, or account type that you're aware of?
Like at the platforms?
Yeah.
Instagram?
And in addition to just documenting Mr. Chance's Instagram, did you document other ATK members' Instagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Even if an image is posted to or on another member's Instagram, if you see Mr. Chance depicted in those images, do you document that?
Depending on who he's with.
If it's something that is related to the gang war in Jacksonville, do you document that?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to start with 126I. On December 13th of 2023, did you document a social media post?
Yes, ma'am.
From whose account?
Killakim 33X. His government name is Cameron Wagner.
Is there an individual depicted in this image without listing them by name that you specifically documented this post for as it relates to Isaiah Chance's gang documentation?
That question.
Who did you, without identifying the individual depicted, did you document someone from this photo in Isaiah Chance's gang documentation report?
Yes.
Identify them by something that they're wearing, please.
The guy with his hand up and a hand tattoo and a white T-shirt, black
I'm
jacket.
going to stand up and point.
Okay.
Who is that individual by name?
His name is Tayshawn Thomas. He goes by the artist name of Tayshots.
Are there other individuals depicted that you also can identify by name?
Yes, ma'am. I can identify everybody in this photo.
Are there individuals depicted in this photos that are documented members of ATK?
Yes, ma'am. All but two.
Can you point to the two that are not documented members by an article of clothing?
Yes, ma'am. This young man in the green jacket is not documented, and this guy over here on the end in the jean jacket is not documented ATK.
Are you able to identify everyone else depicted in this image as a documented member of ATK?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this image created and stored in the FIR report for Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
In this image from February 13th of 2024, States Exhibit 126J, are you able to identify the individuals depicted in this image?
Yes, ma'am.
Of the individuals depicted, are there any members of ATK present?
There's 4 members of ATK present in this photo.
Can you identify the individual that's present and not a member of ATK in this photo?
The members that are not ATK is the guy in the very back sitting on the counter.
Why don't
And-
we point out?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if you could stay
Helpful
standing if you're
to me.
comfortable.
This guy is not ATK, and I'm not sure who this is.
Okay, so the individual in the back with a red shirt that's seated, not identifiable or not an ATK
I can
documented gang member.
identify him. He's just not ATK.
Okay. And what about the individual all the way to the right of the image?
I cannot identify that guy as I've not seen enough with him.
Now, you said before that NHG was a part of ATK, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
We see on the red flanneled individual some tattoos. Do you know that individual's name?
Tayshawn Thomas.
Does Tayshawn Thomas have NHG tattoos?
Yes, on his hand.
But is he a documented ATK gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this image in 126J documented for Isaiah Chance's gang documentation?
Yes, ma'am.
On March 8th of 2024, in States 126K, was there an additional documentation from Gutazay's social media account?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you explain to us who, if any, gang members are identifiable in this post or what's happening?
They're on a FaceTime or some type of video chat call, and Isaiah Chance is with an ATK gang member, and I believe he is calling another ATK gang member.
Can you identify the ATK gang member that he is with?
Yes, it's going to be this young man right here. His name is Raymond Lakes. He goes by the nickname LeRae.
Did you have an opportunity to see this video?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have an opportunity to see the individuals depicted in the video as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this included in your FIR documentation for Isaiah Chance as contact with or in the company of other gang members?
Yes, ma'am.
In States 126L on February 13th of 2024, was there this post?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this also a video?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to observe that video?
I was.
Were there individuals of ATK present and identifiable to you in this video?
Yes, ma'am.
What also proved of relevance to you in this video?
The fact that they're tagging Tilly, Antonio Tilly, he's an ATK member, and they're putting family and family time at the bottom.
Does there come a time in 2023 where Isaiah Chance is posting about switching up sides?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a common practice that you have seen in your time in the gang unit?
It's not common, but it does happen. Yes, ma'am.
If you see something like that in your investigation, do you document it?
Generally, if we catch it, yes, ma'am.
But does that mean that you immediately change the status of gang membership for that individual?
But no, ma'am, we do not.
In States 126 A and B, do
You
you see?
probably sit down for
Okay.
now unless you need to stand up again.
Shortly, but he can
Okay.
rest for a few
Okay, never
moments.
mind.
Please, thank you. Do you see the images depicted here on the screen?
Yes, ma'am. It's an Instagram post from Isaiah Chance's Instagram.
Did you have an opportunity to watch the video that Mr. Chance had posted on November 19th of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have an opportunity to review the caption from that same video?
Yes, ma'am.
At that time, had Antonio Tilley been killed?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the post itself, what was included as the caption?
It says, had to switch up, coming different all 2024. I love you, brother. And he tags Tilly and Ghost 187.
Did you know the account holder for Ghost 187?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you seen one of the defendants utilizing that account in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that?
Rashad Murphy.
In States 126G, back in July, forgive me for going backwards, of 2023, did you also document this image from the account?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have an opportunity to document any type of clothing style or musical reference in this image?
Yes, ma'am. He's referencing a song between Young and Ace and King Von called Promote Violence, and he's wearing a 23 necklace.
Was that also documented?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what's been previously admitted as States 124. Detective, had you had an opportunity to see this repost on Mr. Gutazay's account of Charles Jones and other members of 6 Block at the gravesite of 23?
Yes, ma'am.
And was there a remark added to the image on the Gutazay account when this was posted?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that remark?
The biggest mistake anyone on earth could have did.
I think this is the music video for Gutazay as well, sir, that we previously viewed. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just going to go through that. From March of 2024, and looking at States 126D, throughout the course of your investigation, did you recover the image depicted here?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the relevance of this particular image in March of 2024?
So Isaiah Chance is seen to the far left. He's throwing up the he's throwing up the 1200 hand sign, and he's with two 1200 associates. I'm not real sure if they're members or not. That would be a better detective. That'd be a better question for Detective Griffin, but they're associated to the criminal gang 1200 out east.
After the posts from the fall of 2023, had you started to see images or postings to the Gutazay account and on other social medias of Isaiah Chance utilizing a 1200 sign?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to review the returns that came from Isaiah Chance's accounts as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And from June 7th of 2024, do you recognize the image that's depicted here on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
States 87C7. And the next image depicted on the screen from June 11th, previously admitted in this case, do you recognize this image?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you also document the hand signs that were utilized from this particular image, June 11th of 2024, from the Gutazay Instagram account?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an opportunity to review the content of 87C1 and the caption that was included with this post to the Gutazay account?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain to the jury what bully K is? I know we've heard about bully down, but I'd like you to explain what that means.
Bully K is like bully killed.
What are we seeing as far as hand signs depicted in the image as well itself?
They're displaying a thumbs down.
And what does that mean if you're documenting that?
Like there's a member down or deceased.
Do you see bully down utilized by the ops of 6 Block or
Yep.
bully gang?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the content as well of the social media posts from the Isaiah Chance Instagram account return?
Yes, ma'am.
And were there several references to killed gang members in those social media account returns?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that include Antonio Tilley?
Yes, ma'am.
And the references to NHG here, is that the same group that you testified about earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the No Hospital gang?
Yes, ma'am.
And ATK itself?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you document after having seen these posts that were made in June of 2024, if anything, regarding the change of Mr. Chance's status?
What stuck out was the They're over there, NHG and ATK, gonna need God playing with me, especially with those allegations, to call my bluff.
But you had previously documented that Mr. Isaiah Chance was a member of ATK NHG, so does this change anything?
He would still be a member for the 5 years until he's purged. This would just go into his file, maybe document him towards another gang that allies with ATK.
And had you had an opportunity to review the images depicted again on this screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you at least make note of a falling out that Mr. Chance was having?
Yes, ma'am. That's what it looked like.
Did you also have an opportunity to review the screen recording from the Post to Spaces X that Detective Drabek collected?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a specific reference to NHG in the title of that screen recording?
Yes, ma'am.
And after Charles Jones's death, were there also additional images depicted from the return of Isaiah Chance utilizing that same hand sign?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you communicate with anyone from crime scene regarding the search warrant conducted on Isaiah Chance's residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you document anything from the return on Isaiah Chance's residence in his FIR or gang documentation?
The poster above the window.
In 126F, is that the hand-drawn bully down poster?
Yes, ma'am.
Are the Instagram or social media images that we have just observed specific to one or more of the categories from the gang statute?
More than one.
And do you have at least one independent item as it relates to each category that you are utilizing to document Isaiah Chance as a gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
So specifically what we viewed as it relates to the necklace or the 23 necklace, what category does that go to?
Clothing.
Specifically as it relates to the social media posts with the hand signs, what does that go to?
Hand
Bully
sign.
down.
Hand signs.
What specifically do the social media Instagram posts with additional members go to?
There's two of them that meets. It's in the presence of a gang member one or more times, and then associates with one or more gang members. I think it's 4 more times.
And do you have a volume of several incidents, 1 or more and 4 or more times of defendant Isaiah Chance with other documented gang members?
Yes, ma'am.
And lastly, physical evidence, the sign here that was retrieved from Mr. Chance's residence, does that go to that category as well?
Yes, ma'am.
So beyond association, you document the other criteria that were met by Mr. Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
And throughout the course of your investigation in this case, did you also assist the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office with an interview of Davion Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you go about assisting in that particular interview, particularly at the end?
Photographed the tattoos on his body.
Specifically as it relates to those tattoos, did Mr. Davion Murphy make any statements to you as you were photographing his person?
Yes, ma'am.
And what, if anything, was said to you as you photographed his back or the center of his back?
Not a quote, but it's something along the lines of, "That's the one you really want."
And could you see what was depicted at the location that you were photographing when Davion Murphy made that statement to you?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
What were you taking a picture of when he made that statement to you?
The tattoo that says 1200 block.
Did you collect all of the photos that were taken inside of the interview room of Davion Murphy's person?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, state would seek to admit, we will hold off on publishing, but admit State's Exhibit 69A through M.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sonardi? Other than previously made objections. Ms. Toomey? Okay, other than the previously made objections, no new objections. Any new objections, Ms. Finkelstein? Mr. Petridis? Okay, it'll be admitted.
And, Your Honor, publishing only 69G from this exhibit. Sir, is this the image that you are referring to when that comment was made to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that you that's holding down the shirt of Mr. Rashad Murphy in the interview room?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was said? I apologize.
He said something along the lines of, "That's the one you really want."
As it relates to Sean Gathright and his affiliation, what was the category that you indicated he was affiliated to ATK through?
Due to his association, Isaiah Chance.
So he is not considered a member of ATK.
No, ma'am. He would not be considered. Ma'am. He'd be like a loose affiliate of ATK.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yep.
Sir, I failed to ask you, were you still employed with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office on August 31st of 2022?
Yes, ma'am. I was.
In what capacity?
I don't exactly recall if I was in the gang investigations unit or if I was on the community problem response unit on that time. I don't remember when I went to the gang unit.
Do you know, or did you know at that time an individual by the name of Noah Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
And who was that?
He goes by the stage name of Spinabins.
On August 31st of 2022, do you recall stopping a vehicle which Spinabins was driving?
Yes, ma'am. It was a green Dodge Challenger.
Could you see Spinabins?
Yes, ma'am. Through the windshield.
And did you recognize him at the time that you saw him?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on your briefings with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, did you know him to have a warrant at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a stop of that vehicle
Yes, ma'am.
for the execution of that warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have an opportunity to identify the occupants of that vehicle?
Yes, ma'am. There were two other occupants.
Who were the occupants?
One of the occupants was Rashad Murphy, and one of the occupants was Manuel McRae.
Did you document Rashad Murphy having been in the presence of Noah Williams at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Noah Williams a documented 1200 Out East gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
I will pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, who's going first? Mr. Petridis?
No, I just want to make sure. Afternoon, Detective.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So I think we talked about this last time, but you learned about ATK from the prior detective, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your primary tool for monitoring them, I think we found out here, and you told us is mainly social media?
Yes, sir.
And no ATK member has documented themselves by telling you that they're an ATK member, correct?
No, sir. They have not.
Regarding Isaiah Chance, when did you learn that he cut his hair? If you remember.
I don't exactly recall.
Was it before or after you documented him?
I don't recall. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact time.
ATK members, we saw in some of the videos ATK chains that specifically say ATK, correct?
Yes, sir.
And they also have jackets and other clothing that say ATK?
Those were very early on. They quit wearing them after, I think, maybe 2019, 2020.
How often have you seen posts by Isaiah Chance on social media? Would you say in the hundreds?
Yeah, maybe give or take a couple.
Okay. And you've seen him wear the 23 chain on 2 occasions, correct?
Not just 2 occasions.
You've documented more occasions?
I have not, but I've seen it more. At some point, the the clothing becomes redundant.
And the first time in that Instagram story with Young and Ace song playing?
I don't remember the first time I saw him wearing the 23 chain.
Okay. But you've never seen Isaiah Chance wearing anything that said specifically ATK, correct?
No, sir, I have not.
And I believe we talked about this, but you're not sure exactly where the 23 nickname for Royale Smith came from.
No, sir, I do not know.
But obviously 23 is a quite famous number outside of Royale Smith, you would agree.
Yes, sir.
Would it surprise you to know that Isaiah Chance grew up, his family would dress him in Michael Jordan apparel when he was a kid?
I'm not sure what they dressed him in as a kid.
Okay. But that wouldn't surprise you. I would assume that's a pretty common thing for children to be dressed as by parents, correct?
I think it might depend on the parent.
Fair enough. The December 13th, 2023 photo that was posted on someone else's Instagram account, correct?
Can you show the?
Yes, sir, I'm not
exhibit?
sure which photo. That's Isaiah's account.
Oh, that's good. I'm sorry.
For the record, you're showing which exhibit?
126G.
Yes, sir. I don't recall whose account that was from.
And your believe, can you tell us which one you suggest that is Isaiah Chance?
Isaiah Chance is in the very middle with the camouflage jacket. Yes, sir.
That's who you, okay.
Yes, sir. That's Isaiah Chance.
And is this a video or a picture?
I don't recall. That itself is a picture. I'm not real sure where I got it from.
Okay, I'm sorry. Obviously, this is a picture, but did this come from a video or picture you don't know?
Yes, sir. I don't recall.
Okay. But you would agree that, or would you agree that you can't tell who the person in the middle is from this picture?
I'm not going to agree with you. That's Isaiah Chance.
You believe you can tell that that person in the middle is Isaiah Chance from just this picture?
Yes, sir.
Now, any of these videos or pictures on social media, you don't have the context of what was going on, what was happening, correct?
That's correct.
And you don't know how long they were together?
Actually, I would say some of them, more of the photos, I'm not real sure. But the videos, there is certain videos that I've captured still shots from that you can tell what's going on by watching the whole video.
So the December 13, 2023 photo was on Killicam's page, and you used that to document him in two different criteria, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the observed in the company of known criminal gang members 4 more times. February 13th photo, you used that for 2 criteria, correct?
Yes, sir.
As well as the March 8th photo screenshot, you used that for 2 criteria as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that's allowed under the statutes?
The photo meets both of the criterias.
So 3 of them from the same incident you documented twice, correct?
Yes, sir.
So in theory, for those photos alone, you believe you would be able to say that he's a criminal gang member?
Yes, sir.
The Instagram story, the family, which is 126I. Did you at some point say that you consider this to be one of the physical evidence criteria?
I'm not. I would say I think I did put it as the physical evidence due to the comments of family. He is telling you that the gang members in this photo are his family, and one of the deceased members is his family as well.
Okay. But I'm trying to understand how you would make an Instagram post a physical piece of evidence.
So me personally, I do physical evidence. This is something that you can physically see. So you can grab it, you can touch it, you can pass it around. So therefore, it'd be physical evidence.
Okay. But you had to print it out to be able to touch it, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. 'Cause generally Instagram is something that is on a phone or on a computer, correct?
Correct.
Now, you talk with the state about the Switch It Up post, correct?
Yes, sir.
That was from November of 2023.
Yes, sir.
And you documented Isaiah as ATK in March of 2024?
Yes, sir.
And in that post, he says, had to switch it up, coming different all 2024, I love you, brother. And then he puts, well, let me show you the post. This is, apologize, Your Honor, this is 126A. It's from a video, correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you agree there's no coded language in that statement from him?
It would depend.
Okay. What do you mean by, what do you think could be coded language in there?
The coded language in there is the fact he says he's switching it up and he loves Tilly, but he tags a 1,200 member, and so my investigation would show that he's switching up sides from ATK to 1,200 because they didn't stand up for Tilly like he thought they should.
You got that from this post.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea of what kind of relationship Rashad Murphy, if that is indeed Rashad Murphy, and Isaiah Chance had prior to this?
No, sir.
Had Rashad Murphy been documented 1,200 at the time of this post?
I'm not sure his exact time of documentation. I know that he was an associate of 1,200 during this post. I'm just not exactly sure when he was documented as a member, if that's what you're asking.
Speaking of 1,200, on the state's direct examination, you talked about, you didn't document him as 1,200 at that time. Could you document him as 1,200 and ATK at the same time?
I think as long as he personally, I'm not sure, but as long as he meets state statute for both gangs, with them being allied, I could see where you could possibly do it, but I don't see it in a world where we would.
Okay. Could you do that for 3 gangs?
I mean, if you meet the state statute, you meet the state statute, I would say.
Okay. And Isaiah Chance doesn't have any ATK-related tattoos, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
And he was arrested in this case, obviously.
Yes,
So
sir.
you would be aware if he had ATK tattoos, correct?
To a certain extent, well, I'm not sure about other areas of his body, if they're tattooed or not.
And Isaiah Chance doesn't do drill rap videos, correct?
Not to my knowledge.
And he's not mentioned in any of the ATK drill rap videos.
Not that I've heard.
And he never admitted to you to being in ATK or 1,200, correct?
He never admitted, no, sir.
When you made him aware that he was documented, he was upset by this information, correct?
Yes, he was.
Wasn't proud of it.
Correct.
And you've described him as a respectful person to you?
Yes, sir. He's always respected me and like my law enforcement status every time I've come in contact with him.
People can be 1,200 and ATK, you say, are allied. So in theory, your testimony is that you can move from one to the other, at least in theory, correct?
It's not common, but you can. There's no I would call like a repercussion. You're not gonna. That's not something that you would get killed over due to the fact that they do allied. They have the same common enemy.
Okay. But it wouldn't, and they can hang out with each other, correct?
Yes, sir.
But would you agree that that wouldn't be the case for 6 Block and 1,200 or ATK?
Yes, sir. I would agree with you.
They can't hang out with each other.
That's correct.
Are you aware of a person by the name of Mizzle who hangs out with people on both sides?
I am not aware of Missile.
You don't know who he is?
No, sir.
All right. Now, you referred to ATK as, I think you said independent contractors?
I just use that as a term of like, that there's no hierarchy, there's no real leader in the gang.
In the crimes that you talk about they're committing those crimes independently. Person A does them for himself, person B does the crime for himself, they're not working together for the higher goal of ATK.
Not necessarily. They commit the crimes for advancement or like for the gang.
So if the person is selling drugs, they're making a profit for themselves, they're not sending it up the chain to anyone at the top of ATK because there is no one at the top of ATK.
I would agree they're not sending it up the chain, yes, sir, but I would imagine that they're selling the drugs for the profit, but I'm not sure what they're doing with the money.
Okay. No indication that they're working together for ATK though, correct?
Not in the scenario you just gave me, no, sir.
Any of the illegal things they're doing scenario, they're not working.
I would say that some of the homicides were probably to benefit ATK.
Okay. Are you aware of any of the songs by Charles Jones, Julio Fulio?
Yes, sir, I've heard a few.
Are you aware of the God Knows song by Mr.?
No, sir, I do not. I don't think I've heard that one.
I think you talked about this, but you agreed that they don't have rules, regulations, or a hierarchy, correct?
Yes, sir, I would agree with you.
So if I have a moment. Judge, can I have a moment?
Yes. Okay, who's up next? Mr. Sonardi or Ms. Toomey?
I'll be happy to go to.
Okay, Gonzalez?
Good afternoon, Detective.
How are you?
Good. So, Detective, these hybrid gangs are usually groups associated by either growing up together or living in the same neighborhood, correct?
Sometimes, but you get outsiders that join these hybrid gangs as well.
Would you say that the majority or the premise or the underlying core of these groups is their neighborhood association and the fact that they grew up together?
That's one of them, but I wouldn't say that's probably the main one, but there is outsiders that join.
Okay. And I think you said they don't have any hierarchy, they don't have any rules, they don't have any initiations, they don't have any consequences within the group, correct?
Yes, sir.
And oftentimes they act on their own. They don't always have to act in unison. There's nothing that mandates that. That's not part of the rules, correct?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay. So individually, each one of these people that are in a particular group can do what they want when they want to do it, correct?
Yes, sir.
And they can do it with another one. They can do it with three. They can do it with someone and two people that are not part of the group. There's no criteria for how they act, even in an illegal capacity, correct?
Yes, sir.
Including who they hang out with, correct?
To a certain extent, they would not be allowed in the group, in the gang, if they were hanging out with the ops.
Got it. So what you're saying simply is that you don't think that 1200, somebody from 1200 would be in the open hanging out with somebody from 6 Block. That would be a problem.
That would be a problem, yes, sir.
And they're not mandated or forced to do a particular thing, whether it be commit a crime or say something about somebody on social media. They're not instructed to do those things. they can do those things if they want to do those things, correct?
Yes, sir.
And a crime, a shooting, a beating, a theft, as it relates to someone else as a victim, whether that victim is in another group or not in another group, can be done without others knowing about it or being good with it, correct?
Yes, sir.
And there are times when individuals in one of these groups commit a crime that others may find out about after that crime's committed, even if they're in the group, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, Detective, when you talk about 874 and talking about you as a detective, ATK, and whatever group you have, you only need 2 criteria in order to document somebody under this statute, 874, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you personally, in the course of your time as a gang detective, you utilize 4, 5, or 6 in order to document someone, correct?
Me personally, yes, sir.
Okay. And that doesn't account for anybody else in the unit and whatever they may choose to do, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the reason that you do that is because you know that different people have different interpretation of this criteria, correct?
Yes, sir.
When you talk about style of dress, it could simply be wearing a piece of jewelry or a necklace that someone believes or has designated has some direct relationship to that group, correct?
Like a necklace specific.
Well, you talked about 23, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. That would be something that would be common in your interpretation to that group as a whole, correct?
Yes, sir.
But everybody doesn't wear them, right?
Not everybody, correct.
You can choose not to wear them, correct?
Correct.
And essentially, in 874, you don't have to be caught committing any kind of a crime. You can simply wear a particular piece of jewelry and be one step closer to being designated a gang member by the statute, correct?
Judge, I object to a misstatement of the law.
You can answer. Go ahead, if you know.
The jewelry and the clothing coupled with other stuff leads it to be gang related. Yes, sir.
And let me phrase it a little bit differently. You don't have to commit a crime to be a gang member, correct?
Correct.
So have you used informants to document people as gang members?
Yes, sir.
And normally those informants are, under the statute, need to be reliable informants, correct? Documented, reliable informants.
There's 2 different ways
Right.
in the criteria that's outlined, but mine were documented and reliable. Yes, sir.
And you're talking about the second one being, if they're unreliable, you have to go out and you have to get some other information that would corroborate with what that person or that confidential informant says.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Does that mean that you could use something by an undocumented confidential informant and then go and confirm it with another undocumented confidential informant? Or go and verify it by talking to someone on the street that might give you the same answer?
Generally, I would get that information and then I would find some type of maybe social media or some type of physical post or evidence that you can see that corroborates what they said.
And that would be your opinion, because obviously you have to interpret that social media to determine whether or not there's a cooperation or not.
Yes, sir. That's how I would do it. That's how I would interpret that stage of the law. Yes, sir.
Okay? And you've never, in your 3+ years as a gang detective, ever documented anybody with 2 criteria, have you?
No, sir.
You testified a little earlier about Rashad Murphy and his association to Ghost 187, correct?
Yes, sir.
is it fair to say that you have never documented or screenshotted or put in any report or archive any sighting that you've had with Rashad Murphy on an Instagram account?
That
fair
would
to
be,
say?
yes, sir. It's not, I haven't written any reports.
And so, when you watch social media or Instagram or Spaces or Facebook or Reddit or whatever you're attempting to investigate, either for a crime or to document a gang member, it would be important to memorialize those incidents when you go to explain why someone or how someone got documented. Would you agree with me?
If it was relevant to the documentation, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, relevance to the documentation would be if you are using something you saw in order to document somebody, right?
Yes, sir.
And when it comes to Ghost 187, you've never seen on that account any picture of Rashad Murphy, correct?
No, sir.
You've never seen any picture that you could associate with Rashad Murphy, correct?
No, sir.
You can't tell me what you saw when you saw something associated with Rashad Murphy on that account, can you?
I can.
I'm sorry.
I can.
When? When did that happen?
I'm not sure the exact time, but he used the live feature.
Okay. And when? Who was it with?
He's by himself.
Okay. And you don't know what date or what month or what year?
No, sir.
Much of what's been going on in our trial here has been screenshotting those things. Did you ever screenshot that?
No, sir.
Nothing further. Thanks, Detective.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who's doing cross for Davion Murphy, Mr. Sonardi, or Ms. Toomey? Okay?
Afternoon, Detective.
How are you?
Fine, sir. How long have you been with the, you said this and I missed it, with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
It'd be 10 years in September.
10 years, okay. And you became a member of the gang unit 3 or 4 years ago, is that what I understood you to say?
Yes, sir. The fall of 2022.
22, okay. And am I correct in understanding that Jacksonville Sheriff's Office encompasses all of Duval County? Is that
Yes,
that
sir. We're
jurisdiction?
consolidated.
All consolidated, correct?
Yes, sir.
That includes obviously the city of Jacksonville, but it's all of Duval County.
Yes, sir. We do not have a police department within Jacksonville that, other than our beaches that do Duval County.
And then back in January of last year of 2025, you were assisting Detective Drayback in the interview of Davion Murphy, correct?
Yes, sir.
And prior to that interview in January of 2025, had you had any prior contact with Davion Murphy?
No, sir.
Did you even know who Davion Murphy was prior to that contact in January of 2025?
No, sir. I did not.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Wise, or Ms. Finkelstein?
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions about, we saw that chart that you had Mr. Gathrigh's photo on,
Yes, ma'am.
and I don't think it said it on there, but you followed up with the state that you considered him an associate, right?
I would right now, yes, ma'am.
And I believe your words were a loose affiliate.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you've previously described it as very, very loosely based on his association with Isaiah Chance, right?
Prior to this incident, the investigation continued into ATK. I found that him and Isaiah Chance were really close.
Close friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The statute defines the gang associate as someone meeting, either admitting to you they're in a gang, right? That's the first one,
Yes, ma'am.
which doesn't usually happen.
Yes, generally.
Or they have to meet a single criteria for what would be a gang member, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So in this case, again, it was associating with one or more
Known.
known gang members.
Yes, ma'am.
And the statute, it gives, sometimes Florida statutes will give you definitions of things to kind of guide you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In this case, there's some definitions, but they don't really define what an association is as far as the activity, correct?
Yes, I would agree.
So when they say they associate with somebody, that could be hanging out at their house or committing crimes.
I would agree.
So in this case, you learned that he was friends with Mr. Chance, that they might have gone to each other's homes.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you become aware, I know we talked about this before, you became involved in this investigation, kind of assisting Tampa, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you become aware of, once you knew, well, let me ask you this, let me back up. Prior to that, you'd never heard of Sean Gathright?
Correct.
Didn't know the name?
No, ma'am.
Wouldn't have picked him out of a photo?
No clue who he was.
Okay. You want me to approach the clerk briefly?
Yep.
You were shown some photos from social media. You weren't on Mr.Gathright's social media, correct?
No, ma'am.
And from what you can recall from your investigation, he wasn't tagged in any posts that you saw of Mr. Chance?
Not that I'm aware of.
Didn't see any comments or anything from him that you can think of offhand?
No, ma'am.
We saw some videos or still shots of music videos, and you indicated on direct to the state that not everybody raps in the videos, but there are other people in them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in no videos that you saw of Mr. Chance was Mr. Gathright either rapping or in the video, right?
Not that I saw.
Bear with me, I'm hoping these are still in order, but I'm not, they're not. Okay. I'm going to show you what's been in an evidence as states 126G. Do you remember that photo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I just want to show it to you for reference, but on direct, you had indicated that sometimes when you see a photo like this on social media, you're able to say who you recognize as a documented member, right?
Correct.
And then sometimes you'll see somebody who you consider undocumented, but they're familiar to you.
Correct.
Okay. And in none of these photos did you see Mr. Gathright, now that you know who he is, correct?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Okay. And prior to this investigation, should there have been a photo like that, right? So in this, sorry, to go back to 126G, you pointed to this gentleman here, I believe, looks like a red shirt.
Yes, ma'am.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think you said that he was not documented, but you knew who he was.
He's not documented ATK.
Okay. But you knew who he was.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And that wouldn't have applied to Mr. Gathright if he was in that photo, right?
Correct.
151 is in evidence, and I'm going to show you B.
Okay.
You saw that a few minutes ago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't think that you answered the name, but I know you said that you recognized this person with Mr. Chance, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. That's Xavier Harrison.
Okay, that's his legal name?
Yes, ma'am.
What is his nickname?
He goes by the nickname of Fat Zay.
Fat Zay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is from a music video, I believe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Just may I have a moment?
Yep.
No further questions, thank you.
Okay, redirect.
Yes, ma'am.
Detective, is Rashad Murphy or Ghost187, the Instagram account you were asked about by Mr. Gonzalez, an individual associated to ATK or the gang that you are required to document?
No, ma'am.
Had you observed Ghost187 or Rashad Murphy on that live at some point during just documenting social media?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a practice that you utilize in your everyday experience at work?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you document everything that you see on social media?
No, ma'am.
You were also asked about the criteria which Mr. Isaiah Chance meets in utilizing, and whether you utilized several of the depictions for several categories. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, if you, in your documentation of Isaiah Chance as an ATK member, completely eliminated all of the pictures that I showed to you under Category 4, been observed in the company of known criminal gang members, would you still have sufficient elements to document Isaiah Chance as an ATK gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
If you eliminated all of the associations with one or more criminal gang members, would you have sufficient documentation to identify Isaiah Chance as a criminal gang member?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the Florida statute say identified as a criminal gang member of ATK specifically, or member of a gang?
Member of a gang.
And is the evidence that you are collecting, regardless of Jacksonville Sheriff's Office's records for those documentations, towards gang membership as a whole?
Yes, ma'am.
Does Jacksonville Sheriff's Office employ certain report completion techniques or save records related to specific gangs in Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that what we're referencing when we say that you're assigned to a specific gang?
Yes, ma'am.
But does the statute for Florida actually generically indicate gang membership as it relates to clothing, hand signs, the association with other criminal gang members, etc., as gang membership in general?
Yes, ma'am.
Regardless of whether Isaiah Chance was actually at the time of the murder affiliated to ATK or 1200, did Isaiah Chance meet criminal gang definitions by statute?
Yes, ma'am.
You were asked specifically also about the falling out and what you interpreted the social media posts of Isaiah Chance to mean from Gun Isaiah. Do you recall that question?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you specifically also recall the social media post where on his Instagram account Isaiah Chance posted about FATK and NHG?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand or interpret those posts to mean he was having a falling out with NHG and ATK?
When you put them together, yes, ma'am, it makes sense.
Did he specifically specifically reference the fact that they did not go hard for Tilly's death because Tilly was murdered?
Yes, he has.
And what does that mean? They didn't go hard for Tilly.
They didn't get the get back that he thought that they should have.
He specifically writes those things on his social media post, does he not?
Yes, ma'am, he does.
You were also asked about whether specific areas relate to specific individuals growing up in groups.
Correct.
What members of, or excuse me, what originations does ATK have as it relates to living in the suburbs?
There is several associates and members that live in the suburbs. They're often called like creative players.
When you are talking about the outsiders that joined, specifically only I'm going to ask you about ATK.
Okay.
Outsiders that joined, are there any of them seated here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Who are the outsiders that joined?
That's a physical member would be Isaiah Chance, and then an associate would be Sean Gathright.
Is this what you're referencing when you say created players?
Yes, ma'am. I would classify Sean Gathright due to him being an associate as a creative player or like a little do-it type person.
You were asked by Mr. Gonzalez about, or maybe Mr. Pradas, about working together to commit crimes. Are all of the crimes that are committed by the ATK members done with every single member of ATK present?
No, ma'am.
Are there crimes that are committed with more than one member of ATK present?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those crimes having been committed or those events then published in social or wrapped about in drill raps?
They have been.
And are those drill raps monetizing for those individuals or certain individuals from those gangs as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Lastly, you were asked about why being friends with each other could equate to a criminal gang association. Do you recall those questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the criteria that's provided by statute associates with one or more known criminal gang members, are you able to satisfy that if two individuals have committed murder together?
Yes, ma'am.
How about two individuals committing an attempted murder?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean associated together if two of those people are identified as being there and present when those crimes were committed?
That would be a strong case for it, yes, ma'am.
And in the last 2 years, as previously discussed, have there been convictions for individuals from ATK having committed murder or killing members of 6 Block?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, may this witness be excused, subject to recall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, detective, you're free to go. Let's go ahead, let's call another witness and at least get to 6 o'clock-ish, see where we are.
Judge, the state was called